So today is day 2 of our brooding of layers and the Noilers. So we are going to check our birds now to see how they are doing. Wow. So before we get started, please, if you know you've not clicked on that subscribe button, please help me just click on that subscribe button. You can like and also share to your friends. So if you have a friend that wants to go into poultry and doesn't know how to brood, probably as we are teaching ourselves how to do it here, your friend can also be learning from here. So just help us click on that like button, click on the subscription, and click on the bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new video. Hello guys, how you doing? Hello. So you can see they are looking good. So they are still running about. So today we are starting our antibiotics. We are making use of Chemflux today. So look, our pot is down, though the brooder house is still very warm. So but the pot, you can see there is no charcoal inside again, so we have to refill this again. So remember, we are not making use of the gas brooder. The gas heater. So we are only making use of this pot. And look at them clustering together there. So clustering here is not ideal at all. It's a sign probably the temperature here is not enough for them, because if the temperature is fine, they would be running up and down, eating and drinking. So what we are going to do now is to remove this pot, fill it with another charcoal, and also remove their drinkers and change it so we can change the water. Remember, you need to be changing this water every 24 hours. So we are changing this water now. So what we still have here is vitamin. So today we are starting our antibiotics. We are making use of Chemflux today. So let's get started. Fluxinol here. So they said it is for poultry it's 50 ml of Fluxinol, 20% to 200 liters of water. It means if we do the division very well, it means 5 ml of this Fluxinol will go to 20 liters of drinking water for 3 to 5 consecutive days. In case of salmonellosis, apply Fluxinol for 5 days. So that is just if there is case of salmonella. So we just had it for 5 days. So but for we are just going to make use of it for the next 5 days as well. So as for you to flush their system ahead of the first vaccine, because if your birds are down and you vaccinate them, it will trigger out some diseases in them, so which we don't pray for and we don't want such to happen. So we need to make sure that the birds are healthy before we vaccinate them. So in this process, we are going to give our lasota, our gumburu, and so on. So that's it.
Thank you.
Though we've not encountered any mortality yet, but looking at them this morning, they look somehow little bit cold because the brooder house is not as warm as it was supposed to be. So now we'll put the charcoal for them. So I'm very sure in the next couple of minutes now, so this place will be warm again. So this is just an experiment, and this is one of the disadvantages of this cohort, because at night I can't come here midnight to check the birds or to stress myself of coming out to do refilling the charcoal. So they have to just stay like that. But using gas brooder and using something like a thermometer to measure the temperature, you can even stay afar and calculate or know what is even happening in your brooder house. You'll be able to know the level of temperature that is there in the brooder house. But here now, is different, but we are still going to get our result with what we are doing. So for those of us that doesn't have access to the gas brooder, so you can still make use of this. So it's just an experiment, so we are just going to do it and follow up. So now we are changing the water. Now we are changing the water so as for we to start an antibiotics for them today. So just stay tuned. So water, before we bring back the water, so we need to check their feed to refill it, because
Thank you.
you can see though they still have some feed there, but it is not as much as it were before, so we need to just top it up for them. The reason why I had to just off my footwear is because I mistakenly use it to step outside now, so I had to just remove it so as to avoid any disease or any infection for the birds. So that's why I had to just remove it. So using barefoot within inside the brooder house, at least it is still ideal, but though it is not that good, but I have to just do because um the birds are hungry. I have to put everything in place for them. So what you saw me doing there was as a result of the sawdust being wet, because it seems water pour on that sawdust from the feeder, from the drinker. So I had to just remove that spot and just fill it up with another. So because that's where disease comes from. Before you know it, they will start taking the water, and before you know it, cocci will just come up. So start treating coccidiosis again. Hi guys. Brother is getting hot. You can see how I'm sweating. The brother house is getting very warm. It's getting very warm. You can see I'm sweating. So entering a brother house without you sweating, hey my brother, it is not a brother house. So you just need to just do the needful.
Once we drop a new video. Thank you.
So if you look at them now, you can see they are just eating, running, jumping up and down, looking good than few minutes ago. But because the fire is now on everywhere, is still very warm now. So with the temperature that we have here now, the atmosphere is very well okay for them. So we are giving them the water now. So we've mixed the antibiotics and vitamin together, so we are giving them now. So guys, we can't just leave the birds and go like that, because you need to watch them to know how good they are, how they are looking. And as you can see, this is the Noila and this is the broiler. So some of us, we don't really know the difference between the Noilers and broilers. Now the layers, this is the layers, this is the Noilers. So some of us, we don't really know the difference between the layers and the Noilers. Yes, these layers are majorly for egg production. So an average layer will lay for like a year and then 6 months. Why the Noilers are crossbreed of local chicken and broilers. They have the broiler gene. So the female of the Noilers also lay egg, but they don't lay as often as that of the layers. Why the male grow very big, bigger than normal corporate. So the layers, at least, the Noilers, for the period of let's say from a day old to 4 months, they should be available for eating, or 5 months thereabout, and the female should have started laying by then. Though the female in size, they grow very big and bigger than that of the layers. So average female Noilers will lay for like, let's say 3 to 4 times in a week, while the average layer will lay at least 6 times in a week. So that's just the difference between the two. So but remember, the layers don't have male, while the Noilers have male, they have female. All layers are just female. So you can see them, you can see how good they are. They are very, very healthy, so they are looking good. So even behind me there now, if you see them, they are just playing. The room is very, very warm. You can see how I'm sweating. So the birds, we've given them the antibiotics now, and we added vitamin to it. So by tomorrow we are going to also give just the antibiotics alone, which will be the day 2 of the antibiotics. Tomorrow will be Sunday, so by that will be by Monday another antibiotics, that's the 3. By Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So by Thursday will be another antibiotics again. So by Friday we give them vitamin, and we vaccinate them by Saturday. So that's the schedule. That's the step we are following for this program. So vaccinate them by Saturday. So hopefully by let's say by next week again, we are going to drop a video before on how we vaccinate them. We'll drop a video on how we are going to vaccinate them and check them to know if they are okay, because if the birds are not fine, we are not going to vaccinate them. If they are not healthy, probably if they are having any disease or any problem, we are not going to vaccinate them, because vaccinating sick bird will trigger out more disease whereby. And when it comes to Lasota vaccine, which is the vaccine that fight against the Newcastle. So this vaccine, If you give it to your birds where the birds are down, remember this vaccine has the have the live virus in it. So while giving it to them, that disease that is inside that is in the birds, it will trigger it out, and whereby it will just affect the birds. You'll be having lots and lots more of mortality. So another thing we need to talk here is the biosecurity of the place. So you don't allow anybody to enter your pen. You don't just allow anybody to touch your birds. Like what I did today now, the footwear I was supposed to use for just within the brooder house alone. So while taking that cohort outside, I mistakenly stepped outside. So I will have to disinfect it very well and keep it. Probably I will disinfect it for the next, let's say, like 2 days before bringing it inside, because I don't want anything to happen to the birds. I want the birds to be fine. So since we are using it as a practical for ourselves, so that for we to know how to brood birds, because I know lots of us there want to go for the day old chicks, but we are afraid of what to do, how to do it, and stuff like that. So if you look around here, we use nylon to cover the whole place, just for the place to generate heat for the birds. So within let's say 2 3 weeks time now, we should open some of the side of the nylon for ventilation to come in, because then they would have needed all these things for them to also have a very good let's say for them to have good weather for themselves. So the birds are just there, and just that's what we are in. So and that's what we are doing. So if you know you've not subscribed to this our YouTube channel, click on that subscribe button, click on the bell icon. You can like, you can comment if we are doing a wonderful job. So you can like it, you can comment, you can just subscribe to it and follow us up till to that 8 weeks that we are projecting of. So because by 8 weeks, I'm very sure the Noilers, some people would have come to carry them, likewise the layers as well. So we are just doing it for just that short period of time. So after this, we are going for the broilers, because the broilers we are going to be selling by December. We are going to raise them from probably, let's say, like within next month, or let's say the end of this month. We are going to raise. We are still going to raise another one. Let's say the one we are going to raise like 7 weeks to the Christmas. So you are still going to raise another set, so as for we to easy to teach ourselves as well. Hey, so you guys are looking at it that 7 weeks to Christmas, will it be big, will it be matured? Of course, we can even leave it to 6 weeks, so it will be very big, it will look very big, very robust. So all the ingredients and whatever thing we are going to add, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it, how to follow. So if you know you also want to rear your broilers for Christmas, you can just also probably, if you can wait for us or take the rest, because I have somebody called me and said, hey Abril, I watched one of your video the other day, and I used this thing, but I didn't get the actual result as you recommended. And there was one day the guy came to my farm, and I explained what he is going to do for him. So after when he did the same thing, but we didn't get the same result, so he was just asking. But what I noticed there was that the space he had is not that big for him to use. And aside from the space, we've been complaining of giving your birds good water, clean water. Any water you cannot take, you don't just give them to your birds. Any water you can't drink, don't give to your birds. So those are some of the things that also affect the birds. Hey, I have to have this one back to there, so that for them to have their food to eat and stay with others. Hey.